Welcome back, my dear students. Let us solve some more problems on the chapter friction. Now, the which we solve the problems would be on wedges. Okay. So, what are these wedges? So, a wedge. So, a wedge is a piece of wood or metal. It's just a piece of wood or metal. Okay, which is usually triangular. Okay, which is usually triangular or trapezoidal in shape. Okay, this is just a piece of wood or metal in triangular or trapezoidal shape, which the cross section is like triangle and trapezoidal. It is used for what? Lifting body, heavy loads, or used for slight adjustment in the position of the body. Okay, about the wedge, it's okay, it is like this. Okay, this is the triangular wedge, this is the trapezoidal wedge. Okay, the body is to be rested on this horizontal plane. Okay, because of this cross section, another wedge like this triangular is kept so that they can maintain a uniform surface here, like that. It is used in various purposes. So we solve the problem on similar wedges in this topic now. So before we going to the problems on wedge, let us know some basics. Okay, so see in this example, so this is the contact surface where I shaded like this. Okay, so this is a triangular wedge. Okay, this triangular wedge have an inclination that is alpha, and this is the body. This figure shows a body being lifted up. This body is being lifted up by a force of P applied to the wedge. Let us consider the FPD of the body and wedges separately. Now we'll take them, you know. So this figure shows ಈ ಬಾಡಿನ ಈ ವೆಡ್ಜು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಈ ಲೋಡ್, ಇದು ಬಾಡಿ ಫುಲ್ ಲೋಡ್ ಈ ವೆಡ್ಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ವೆಡ್ಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಪಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ವೆಡ್ಜು ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ವೆಡ್ಜ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಮೂವ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಪ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಬಾಡಿ, ವೆಯ್ಟ್, okay, this is the body, this is in triangular shape, right? So this is body, it is in trapezoidal shape. Whenever this body is applied with the force P, okay, this body will move in this side. Okay, ಈ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಬಾಡಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, this body, what will happen to this body? This body either it should go like this way, or it should go in upper way, because here wall is there, because this is not possible. Okay, this body going after this wall is not possible. So only possible way is the body should go up, as it has a wall here, right? Now whenever the force P is applied on this wedge, okay, if this go in this direction, this body will go up. Okay, this body motion will be towards the y-axis, right? Then what about this triangular wedge? As it is goes this direction. Okay, so this motion of this triangular wedge will be like this. Okay, what about this? This motion will be like this for this trapezoidal wedge. ಇದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಹಂಗಿದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, so motion of this wedge will be like this. This motion of this wedge will be, it will be going up as it restrained by the wall at one side. Now we will take free body diagram of a body and also the wedge separately. Okay, so free body diagram, FBD of this body. So how I'll take, see, I'll draw the first, I'll draw body. So this is what, somehow like this. So this is the surface. Okay, this is the wedge surface, right? This is the wedge actually, but it is imaginary one, because I am drawing only the FBD of this body. Now what will happen? So it is, the surface is, means the wedge surface is at an inclination of alpha. So the body has some weight, right? So the body will, the weight of the body will act towards the ground. Now what will the motion of this body? After applying P, it will go up. What is this? Motion trend. The motion of the body will go up. Okay, and here there is a wall. Fine, here there is a wall. Okay, then the motion trend here is like this. But what about this wedge, triangular wedge? It will be like this, right? Okay, because of the this triangular wedge. Okay, as this triangular wedge pushing with a force P towards this side, this will go up, and also this will gradually come behind, right? Whenever a triangular force, ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ತ್ರಿಭುಜಾಕಾರದ ವಸ್ತುನ ನಾವು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದೇ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಿಗರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಸ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಅಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ go back, it will go up also and it will go back also as this wedge moves inside the wall. Okay, so the motion trend will be like this, motion trend of wedge. Okay, we are taking only the body, this we are talking about is only this body. You know, wedge whenever P force is applied, when it goes inside, okay, towards the wall, so here there is one wall, okay, so that it will not go across the wall, okay, it will go in upward direction and it will go in the backward direction. So in this condition, what are the forces we are getting? So motion trend is of the wedge is like this, this is the motion trend of the wedge is in the upward direction. So there is a wall, here also one contact surface, two contact surfaces. So because of the contact surfaces we can get what, the reactions, right? So here one reaction will be there, so this reaction will be, I'll take as R1. Okay, however the motion is going upwards, right? The wedge is going upwards, so as the surface is there, there will be friction ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, as it is going upward, friction will be opposite to that. So this is F1, correct? Then here you come, motion trend is in this direction, the friction will be opposite to that. Okay, this is F2, and normal to the surface another force will be there, that is R2. Okay, then now, and this R2 is normal to this surface, so whenever I take a vertical at that point, what is this angle? In the note I have written this angle will be alpha. Okay, this angle will be alpha. Fine. So whenever wedge problem is given, if your body is given and wedge problem will be given, so we have to imagine the live process of the body, so that we can, it's easy to find where the friction works, where the friction applies. Now I'll take the FBD of wedge, that is of triangular section. So trapezoidal we found it, now of triangular section. So I'll take the triangular diagram now. Okay, this is the wedge, right? So it is with angle alpha. Okay, so what is this motion? It's coming towards the left, due to the force P. Okay, so as it is coming, this for this plane also coming like this, so it has two face. This face also coming like this, and this horizontal face also coming like this towards the wall. Now what happens here? Also same, as this motion trend is like this, and this is supported with the walls, right? So there is one contact surfaces, so one reaction force will be there. Okay, and this is also wall, so this is also surface area, so perpendicular to this another reaction will be there. So this is perpendicular, right? Okay, so this perpendicular is nothing but this one, this R2, the same R2 will work here. Okay, so for this one, this R2 will be like this. For this one, the R2 will be from up, R2 will be like this. Okay, so same R2. So what will be the friction? F2. See in here, F2 for the body, the F2 will be in this direction, but for the wedge, triangular wedge, when we come to wedge, the F2 will be in this direction as the motion is towards this. Same way, this is R3, so motion is like this, it's going towards the wall, so the F3 will be in this direction. Okay, clear? Angle alpha P. So this I need you to understand. Okay, so this is very important when we solve a wedge problem. We'll directly go to the problem so that you can understand more deeply. Fine, I'll write down the question. So see the question here, a block weighing 10 kilonewton, so this is the block weighing 10 kilonewton is to be raised by means of 20-degree wedge as shown. Find the horizontal force, this one, find the horizontal force P, which will just raise the block, so that if you want it to rise, it should insert inside the wall. If the coefficient of friction for all the surface of contact is given as 0.3, so what is given? So given is coefficient of friction is 0.3 for all the surface. Okay, and then weight of the block is 10 kilonewton. Okay, so how we need to solve the problem? We will take the free body diagram of body, and we'll also take the free body diagram of this triangular wedge, and we'll apply the equilibrium concept, and we'll find the force P. So before what I do, I'll just write the free body diagram. So FBD, free body diagram of FBD of the body. Now what I do is, let me adjust it 1 minute. Okay, so I'll take only the body. So this was the body. Okay, and sliding surface, so this is the surface of the wedge, right? Now weight is given as 10 kilonewton, so here on wall was there. Okay, then because of this wall, contact surface is there, we can find a reaction, that is R1. Now as the body is moving up, we need to find a force which raises the body, right? So the body is rising up, this is the motion, so what will be the friction? So this is will be F1, that is opposite to the motion trend. Now this will be of 20 degree, right? So the inclination is 20 degree. Then another, because there is force, right, this contact surface with the triangular wedge, so with perpendicular to that another reaction force will be there, and that is R2. So as it is rising up, it will also simultaneously go backwards. So this is the motion trend. So what will be the F? F will be in this direction. Okay, this F. So it will be F2. Now I'll just assume a vertical here. So this vertical angle will be 20 degree, right? So R1, F1, F2, R2. So we have also that coefficient of friction is given as 0.3. So I'll take this F1 as 0.3 R1 and F2 as 0.3 R2. I'll not write the equation, and I'll not change it laterly. So before only I'll convert F1 and F2 as 0.3 R1. So this is 0.3 R1, this is 0.3 R2. Okay, now we will take, so I can see more vertical forces than horizontal forces, right? So I will take first summation of vertical forces equal to 0, taking upward as positive. So all the vertical forces I'll take which are positive. Fine. So what? So my 10 kilonewton which is directing downwards, right? So I'll take minus 10. Next, what are the forces? R2 is there, it is 20 degree, right? So it is going upward. Okay, this will be upward direction, so it will be positive because it is upward direction, it will be positive. But we can't take this inclination force, we have to resolve it in the horizontal and vertical direction. So horizontal will be in this direction, that will be R2 sine, this will be R2 sine 20 degree, this will be R2 cos 20 degree, because it is inclined force. So when we draw vertical, we get a 20 degree angle. So with the angle, whatever the member, this is the vertical member, so R2 cos 20. So horizontal member will be R2 sine 20. Any other inclination force? No force. Okay, then I'll take this, that is positive one, R2 cos 20 degree. Fine. Then which force? Here another one is there, that is opposite, that is in negative direction, so it is downwards. So 0.3 R1, right? 0.3 R1. Next, any other force? This friction force F2, it is also in inclined direction. Okay, so as this is inclined, here also we can resolve these forces. One is by vertical and one is by horizontal. So I'll clear it, I'll write down this here again once more. So this is R2. So we return a vertical, that is this is 20 degree. So the direction is towards the surface, right? So when I resolve it, the resolution will be towards the point only. Therefore, so this will be R2 cos 20 degree. So this will be R2 sine 20 degree. So here another force will be there, that is like this. Which is this force? Which is this force? This is F2 force, that is 0.3 R2, right? 0.3 R2. Now, so when I take, so this is horizontal to this, right? Okay, so when I take here an axis, so what is this angle? So this angle is nothing but whatever this angle, right? So see here, the angle with this surface is 20 degree. Okay, this 20 degree angle will be the same 20 degree angle, so this should be also, if this is the force F, so due to alternate angles, so what is happening here, I will show you here. Okay, so these are two parallel lines, this one and this one. So this is 20 degree, so this is also 20 degree, so this is 20 degree, so this is also 20 degree. So when I solve this to one horizontal and one vertical, so what I get here, 0.3 R2, so angle is here only, so cos 20 degree, R this is 0.3 R2 sine 20 degree. Getting? So here inclination force are F2 is also inclination force, this R2 is also inclination force. Okay, the angle intercepted by them is 20 degree. We have to resolve this F2 force and also we have to resolve this R2 force. Okay, so here what will happen, so minus 10 which is downwards I took, that is negative, so plus R2 cos 20 degree which is vertical, and in the direction of towards upwards I take positive. Then I come to minus 0.3 R1, that is friction force of this is directly downwards, so negative. So another force F2, okay, which the horizontal will be in this direction because the direction you see horizontal and vertical, so vertical will be 0.3 R2 sine 20 degree, and it is minus 0.3 R2 sine 20 degree is equal to 0. Okay, now solve for R1 and R2, so minus 10 plus R2 cos 20 degree, so I'll take cos 20 degree, how much, so 0.939 R2 minus 0.3 R1 minus, so sine 20, right, into 0.3, 0.102 R2 is equal to 0. Then what happens, I will take this R1, so minus 0.3 R1, then I'll subtract this, so 0.939 minus 0.102, 0.84, that is plus 0.84 R2, this is 10, I'll send it to that side, so it will become plus 10, so I'll take this equation as 1. So minus 0.3 R1 plus 0.84 R2 is equal to 10. Now I'll take the horizontal forces which is equal to 0, taking left to right as positive. So what are the horizontal force now? See here. So which are directly horizontal, first you take that one because to avoid confusion. So R1 is there, so I wrote R1 is there, then this R2, okay, R2 horizontal component we want, already I wrote the vertical component for the vertical, now R2, but this direction is right to left, so it will be minus R2 sine 20 degree, then R2 cos, here R2 cos 20 degree, this is also one horizontal force which is direction in this direction, so minus 0.3 R2, 0.3 R2 means what is this, is F, R2 cos 20 degree. Before I take reaction, then I will take this F, so that this part will be over. 0.3 R2 cos 20 degree, then any other horizontal force are seen, no force, is equal to 0. Now R1, okay, I'll take, then I'll substitute this sine 20 degree cos 20 degree, so R1 I took minus R2 sine 20 degree means, so 0.342 sine 20 cos 20 into 0.3, it is 0.281. R2 is equal to 0. So R1 0.34, 0.281, it is 0.62. So minus 0.62 R2 is equal to 0. Okay, here I R2. Okay, now R1 minus 0.62 R2 is equal to 0. So now I'll take R1 is equal to plus 0.62 R2. So let this be my second equation. So I'll put this to second equation in 1. Okay, simplification is easy, you do in your own way, but answer should be same. So I'll put 2 in 1. So 0.3 R1, what is this? 0.62 R2 plus 0.84 R2, okay, is equal to 10. Therefore R2 is equal to, I'll directly write, so R2 is equal to 15.29 kilonewton. Okay, 0.62 into 0.3, 0.186, then 0.84, okay, then you minus in 10, you will get the value 15.29. Sorry, I forgot to resume the video. Okay, and I written this, I'll write again, don't worry. Okay, I'll write again. So what we found, R2 is equal to 15.29. so whenever we get R2, next step is we have to go for FBD of triangular wedge. We'll go to FBD of triangular wedge. So don't see this now, I'll write for you freshly. So see the wedge. Okay, so same wedge I'll write now. First you write just the diagram. Right, this is the diagram, right? So the value P we have to find. Okay, so this is 20 degree. Okay, so what is in the given question, what they have given, that we have to find the value of P so that it rises the upward body in upward direction, right? So if the body is raising up this wedge which is here, so this should move inside. So the motion trend will be here, the motion trend will be like this, empty. This motion trend will be inside. So this is the motion trend, empty means the motion trend. So motion trend means it's go, the direction is like this, it will go like this. Okay, so this is also surface, a body is there, so because of the surface perpendicular to this, another force will act, that is R2. So this R2 we found here, the value we found here. Okay, then R2 we found, then another force will be there here, surface is there, so another we have another reaction, that is R3, motion trend towards this, so F3 will be opposite to that, that is 0.3 R3. Okay, this is directly horizontal, this is directly horizontal, this is directly vertical, no problem. Now problem comes here. So this is perpendicular to this surface. Okay, then another friction force, so this is in this direction, right? The motion trend is this direction, so friction will be opposite to that. So this is the friction force F2, that is 0.3 R2. Right, now to resolve this inclination, this both are inclined, right, at 20 degree, I take on vertical. So when I take vertical, I get an angle here. So this angle is 20 degree. Okay, so due to the inclination of force, we have to resolve these two forces by, we have to resolve one in horizontal direction and one in vertical direction. Okay, I could write here, but due confusion should not be there, so I am writing here up. So the same force is resolved in horizontal and vertical direction. So this is 20 degree, right? So because of this is 20 degree, so this angle will be 20 degree because of alternate angles, zigzag. So 20 degree. So the here 20 degree is there, so this vertical component will be what? R2 cos 20 degree, and this horizontal component will be R2 sin 20 degree. Then which is the force? This F1 is the force. F2, this F2 force, what will happen? We have to make this F2 force also, we have to resolve this in horizontal direction and in vertical direction. So to get clear, I am writing this somewhat big. Okay, so what it will be? F2, so this is 20 degree, so this will be 20 degree, right? Okay, so this will become F2. Okay, F2 20 degree, so cos term, cos 20 degree. This one will be F2 sin 20 degree. Okay, F2 sin 20 degree. So I resolved both F2 and also the R2. Okay, now after resolvement, you just apply the equilibrium of forces. Now I'll take this equilibrium of forces, that is summation of vertical forces equal to 0, taking upward as positive. Summation of vertical forces equal to 0, taking upward as positive, right? Now see here. Okay, concentrate on only this. So what are the vertical forces? So first I'll write what are the, directly we are getting R3. So R3 I wrote. Then what are the vertical forces? Come to 1 force, you come to R2. So R2, what is the vertical component? So what is this? R2 cos 20. So the direction is downwards, so minus R2 cos 20 degree. Then which are the force? Will come to F2. So F2 has two components, one vertical and one horizontal. What we want? Vertical component, that is F2 sin 20. So I'll directly take, that is because upward direction, F2 sin 20 degree is equal to 0. So R3 minus R2 cos 20 is 0.939. Okay, now this F2 is nothing but, we have the 0.3 R2, right? 0.3 R2 sin 20, 0.342 is equal to 0. Now what it happens? Now I'll take this R3, so I'll just add them, 0.3 into 342, I'll get one solution, 939. So I'll get 0.93. So this will become, I'll just multiply it and I'll 939, it will become 0.836, it will be positive. R2 is equal to 0, so R3 is equal to 0.836 into, so R2 value we have found at 15.29, 15.29. So this R3 will be into 15.29, 12.78. 12.78 kilonewton. So this is how we found R3. Now summation of horizontal forces equal to 0, taking left to right as positive. So take the horizontal forces. First I will take F3, then I will come to this force F2 cos 20. Then what are the forces? R2 is there, so what is the R2? Sin 20, that is also positive. R2 sin 20. Another force, this one P, which we have to find. So P is minus P is equal to 0. So all are positive, only P is negative. Now F3, what is F3? 0.3 into R3. So 0.3 into R3 is 12.78. 12.78 plus F3 is 0.3 into R3 at 12.78. I take directly. Then F2, what is F2? 0.3 into R2. R2 value is 15.29 cos 20 degree. Cos 0.939. Okay. Then plus this R2, how much? 15.29 into sin 20 degree. Sin 20 degree, that is 342 minus P is equal to 0. So now simplify it, you will get 13.34 minus P is equal to 0. Then P is equal to 13.34 kilonewton. So if you simplify it, you will get 13.34 kilonewton. Okay.